today I'm going to be talking about The Invisible Life of Addie. What? How did I already mess up? I'm like 2 seconds in. Hi, my name is Rachel, and today I'm going to say words correctly. Hi, my name is Rachel, and today I'm going to be talking about The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. Yes. So this is a book featuring our main character, Addie, obviously, and she is 23 years old and has been for 300 years. She made a deal, I would hesitate to call it that, because of how the conversation went, but she made a deal, sort of, with a dark god, not the devil. People have been saying the devil. It's not the devil, it's a dark god. She made a deal-ish for immortality, but the catch is that everyone she meets, as soon as they leave the room away from her, they forget her immediately. So the book follows Addie throughout her invisible life. It jumps around in timelines, but in 2014 she meets a man named Henry, and in 300 years of being in this invisible life, he is the first person to ever say to her, "I remember you." And I know what you're thinking, this does actually sound like another piece of media about a girl named Adeline who seemingly lives forever. It's not that, it's a little different. So this is actually my first V.E. Schwab book, and I really enjoyed it. I did try to start The Near Witch this year, and I was so bored 5 pages in. I was like, nope, that's not happening. I'm not doing this. And I know that V.E. Schwab is very popular. She's one of my best friends. Hi, Molly. She's one of my best friend's favorite authors, and I have never read anything by her. And of course, I'll just pick up this brand new book of hers. So I did, and I really enjoyed the writing. The way that this book is written, it feels like you are wrapped in a cozy blanket of words. It is lush and warm in its description, and I almost devoured it on that alone. I read this in 2 days. It really pulled me in. For other people, that has not been their experience. This is very character driven, and if you are not interested in the characters, if you don't find them compelling, if you don't care what happens to them, you're not gonna have a good time. My personal experience was that I found them to be so genuine in feeling. They really felt to me like they existed outside of the story. I'm still worried about how they're doing now, but they don't exist. I really care about them, and they continue to exist for me even though I'm done with the book. The investment in them is another reason that I breezed right through this book. The character of Addie was so interesting to me, and it's not like she likes art and she just wants to be free. It's not like she had so much substance. It's just that I think that there's this trope of woman that I hate, and it's sort of like manic pixie dream girl, where they just exist to bring out things in another person. And if we were not reading the book in Addie's perspective, the way that it was written, instead we're in Henry's perspective, or even Luke's perspective, the dark god, it would have very much felt that way, because she would have felt so substanceless. When you read Six of Crows, and if you're reading in Kaz's chapters, Inej still feels like she has all of this personality and substance to her. Manic pixie dream girl type characters-ish don't feel that way ever, and it drives me nuts. You know what? I'll be more specific. There's this movie called Sweet November with Keanu Reeves and Charlize Theron.
Hi, hello, it's me. It just occurred to me while I'm editing this that I did not end up being more specific. In fact, I got even less specific because I'm really terrible at reviews. So, Sweet November is a book about... Nope. Wow, I'm already messing this up. Wow, why are you still here? Okay, so Sweet November is a movie with Keanu Reeves and Charlize Theron, and basically Keanu Reeves is a total dick, and Charlize Theron shows up and is like, hey, come live with me for I can't remember amount of time. Oh, wait, November, the entire month of November. Oh my God, why are you still here? So she has him live with her, a complete stranger, for the entire month of November, and somehow changes his life because she's wonderful and he's terrible. And then at the end, she's like, hey, you gotta go because the month is over. And so he leaves, and his life is forever changed by her. And she's just this sad story of a person who doesn't really get the amount of character time that she deserved. She was just there to change Keanu Reeves for the better. Okay, that's it. Bye.
And I hate that movie because It feels like Charlize Theron had so much going on, her character, but we never really like knew enough about it because she quite literally existed just to bring things out of Keanu Reeves. And it was like, why? Like, I'm interested in her. Like, why did you make her so substanceless? So I really appreciate the way that Addie was written because it could have gone the way of Sweet November and it didn't. And I appreciate that. I'm not normally like really into art. I find art kind of it's not my thing. I'm not good at it and I can't comment on it. This book really made me appreciate it more, which thank you, V.E. Schwab. I really loved how Addie was really drawn to artists and all their different mediums. So she knew like a sculptor and a musician and tons of painters, and I love how that was brought up like throughout the book. That was an ongoing theme. I love that, how she kind of used that to make her mark on the world. Even though she could not make art, she could get with some artists who could, and I loved that. I loved Henry. I don't want to spoil anything regarding Henry, so just know that he is a sweet, sweet cinnamon roll, and I so like understood his need to be loved and how like hard that was for him. I loved him so much. He's just such a sweet, sweet being, and everything about him was so fantastic, and he like exists. Like, I really feel like Henry's one of my neighbors and I want to pop in and check on him. I have to wonder if like him and Addie would have ever like talked had the particular circumstances surrounding them not been present. And I just find that that's such an interesting an idea in and of itself, like people who normally would not have like any kind of connection coming together. This is really hard to do without spoilers. Another thing I really loved about the book was all the different people in Addie's life. Like, I actually gave a crap about her relationships with them, especially the lady from her village who told her about the gods. Like, when she forgot Addie, when people would forget Addie, my heart would break because the connections that she had forged with people, even over small chapters, were like so important to me. And I really like just felt so sad for her that she kept losing and just having so much loss over and over again. Even when she said like, you get used to it, I'm not used to it. I'm not used to it for you. This book also had a thing I love, which is really compelling villain main character dynamics. I don't want to spoil anything about Luke, but what a fascinating character. They have such an interesting dynamic where he pops in and sees her repeatedly throughout her 300 years. And even though there's descriptions of him get a little annoying, and for that reason I bumped it down to 4.5 stars because I got sick of listening to Luke being described over and over. Like, I get it. I know what I've read the whole book. Like, I know what he looks like. I know what he looks like. And she just kept saying, oh, his green eyes flashed emerald. And that means, like, I don't care. But I loved their conversations. So fascinating. So much banter. And I just love banter. I love witty banter. It was so delightful. It was completely delightful. I would read an entire book of just Luke bantering with people. Didn't even have to be Addie, just people. His entire being of being a god, really fascinating. I won't say anymore. This book also has like interesting ideas about like gods. It also has fantastic food descriptions. Sorry about the cat hair, good God. It has tons of food descriptions, which is something that I just adore in books. There's so much to love, and in the end I gave it 4.5 stars, and I highly recommend it. And I guess I'm gonna read more V.E. Schwab. I guess. I hope they're all this good, because if not, then if this is like where she peaked, I don't want to like go like back down. Like, I don't want to read the next book by her and be like, oh, this is a 3-star, what the fuck. Alright, that's all I had to say about Addie LaRue. This was not a structured review, sorry. What do you expect? This is my channel. Okay. That's it. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you rated Addie LaRue, or if you're planning to read it. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.